Fair use, man. Fair fucking use, man. Yo. Man, I'm gonna tell you, man. I'm gonna fucking tell you. I gotta calm the fuck down, man. Almost destroyed fucking about $7,000 worth of fucking equipment, if not more. As a nigga trying to get into tech, that is not a good field for me, bro. I'll fucking tear up all your goddamn equipment if your shit ain't working. Got a habit of that fucking shit. So this is this thing, man. Like, I get mad because I'm like, yo, this is your job. This is your function. This is why the fuck you were created. And I paid for you. So now you're not working. I don't understand that. That doesn't work for me. So maybe if I bash you up beside your fucking head or your screen or whatever the fuck you are, maybe you'll start to work. Fucking piss me off. Trying to do a goddamn stream, B. Shouldn't. I'm picking up right where I left off at, man. So this nigga Mayweather give these fucking Jews a whole bunch of money, ain't never give nothing else to no fucking body else in need, right? So I'm looking on the fucking internet and I see all this shit of Jews spitting on niggas. Fucking walking down the street just spitting on motherfuckers. What the fuck does that, bro? So where I come from, that's you don't do that. Something has to happen to you. So these motherfuckers walking around Jerusalem. So here's my thing. These are Israeli settlers, as they call them, which means they weren't born there. Can you even hear me? God, I hope you would. I hope you fucking heard me. So these are fucking Israeli settlers, right? And that means that they weren't even born there. They weren't even born there. They just walking around. And these motherfuckers say, hey, you're a citizen now. You could go move here. The problem is somebody's already living there. So we could go through this whole shit of religious wise, this is God said, God said, God said, blah, blah, blah. Well, something happened in between what he said, bro. And the common sense plays a lot in things like this, bro. A lot of people try not to fucking exhibit it. Common sense says you trying to get good with God. They say no matter where you at, if you don't have a home in Jerusalem, you won't keep the promise of God, right? Cool. So you go over there and you kill people, you push people out of their homes, you do wrong by them, you make them homeless, you starve them, you spit on them, and you think God's gonna like that, bro? So if he's gonna like that, right? In your twisted head, if God's gonna like you coming back to a land that you weren't born on, and pushing out people that were born there, drinking the water from the fucking ground of that territory, right? For years, you're gonna go put them out, spit on them, kill them, make them homeless. You're gonna do all that. So then it's okay for the fucking Hamas to do what they did then, right? I'm not Muslim. I'm not what's the other shit? Whatever the other shit is, Jewish. I'm neither one of them, right? You could say I uh identify with Christianity more. Not really Catholic or whatever the other. I don't go to church with listen, I'm not a religious person, but I believe in God, I believe in Jesus Christ, right? Especially since all of the shit that's going on is in this Bible, right? I mean, it's a fucking no-brainer at this point now. But if you want to think about it like that with these fucking guys, then it must be okay to go and fucking bomb your shit because you're oppressing everybody all over the fucking place over here, right? God shouldn't have a problem with them defending themselves, right? According to you, if it's okay for you to go somewhere and do that to people, and you're not even fucking born there to go there and kick them out and all that shit. If it's okay, if God doesn't frown on that, then He's not going to frown on these motherfuckers sending missiles to your shit, right? I'm just saying because you're saying that it's okay to do what you're doing. One thing I noticed about the world, I thought it was just this country, but it's the world. Motherfuckers will attack, fuck with you, bully you, throw sticks at you, poke the bear all fucking day long. When you turn, and nobody will lift a finger to help you either. They'll just watch. Then when you turn around, pick them up and slam them on their fucking neck, now they want to call the cops. They want to call an ambulance. They want to give fucking statements and all of this shit, right? But you didn't do a fuck thing when this nigga was doing what he was doing the whole fucking 1,000 years or whatever the fuck you call it. I don't fucking know. I don't study y'all fucking history. All of this shit's coming up on the fucking give me a goddamn real fucking lighter. You understand? I'm not gonna smoke this. This just gonna piss me off even more. I'm having a bad evening. Oh, your mother's a fucking dirty whore. Fucking whore bag, bitch. So, you know what? Motherfucking hold on a minute. Need to get something going before I get into the stream. Man, I hope they answer. Hey, my friend, what's going on? Huh? Oh, yeah. Let me get an order. Let me get an order of boneless rib tips, and French fries. Yes, hello. Let me get two orders of boneless spare rib tips with French fries. Yeah, and let me get one ginger ale and one Pepsi, big one. Hey, could I pay by card? Yeah. Whew, god damn. Yeah, I had to order some fucking food, something to drink. I'm a bachelor here, man. I ain't got no fucking broad coming through cooking. I cooked like 2 days ago, 3 days ago. That shit's done, so ain't cooking tonight. Made them goddamn beans. Took like fucking 2 hours to boil them shits. Two fucking hours to boil some beans, but all right, good. Ugh. So yeah, man, they fucking. You fuck with people, you fuck with people, you fuck with people. Then they fuck with you back. Now you're a fucking now you're a victim, right? That's what it looks like. That's what happens all the fucking time, bro. So like I said, I'm not Muslim. I'm not. What's the other thing? Jewish. None of those. I got to come up with a word for what I am and what a lot of people are that feel the same way. You know, we're not. You know, not a realist. I don't like that word. It's kind of corny. But I was supposed to go to the lounge tonight, cigar lounge, man. I ain't feel like getting fucking dressed, man. Sometimes you don't feel like. the spot I go to, you got to put on a collared shirt and shit like that. I thought yesterday was Thursday, so yesterday I went collared shirt and shit, and then found out it was fucking Thursday. I mean Wednesday instead of Thursday. So yeah, I just feel like going to it tonight, man. So apparently this spitting, hitting shit, that's their thing, right? The Jews over there. That's their thing. So, so much so that it was on the news 2 months ago. Right? Now let's see what they have to say about it. Mm, 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 mm. I don't think y'all can hear that shit. It's kind of low. All right, let's listen to what they say about this shit here. Huh?
Surprising report from Israel today, where officials are taking seriously a recent upsurge in spitting and hitting attacks on clergy and the vandalism of Christian sites.
Christians in Jerusalem's Old City say they've been repeatedly assaulted. So how are Christian leaders responding? CBN's Julie Stahl brings us the story from Jerusalem.
The situation led Israeli President Isaac Herzog and Police Commissioner Yaakov Shabtai to meet leaders of the Orthodox and Catholic churches of the Holy Land.
In recent months, we've seen very serious phenomena towards the Christian denominations in the Holy Land. Our brothers and sisters, Christian citizens, feel attacked in their places of prayer, in their cemeteries and on the streets.
Christians in Jerusalem's Old City say they are often harassed, spit on, and even physically attacked by religious Jewish youth.
I view this phenomenon as
Hit them back. Hit them back. It's like it's like my son in school. He was in the 5th grade, 6th grade, right? 4th grade, 5th grade, sorry. Kid fucking with him. Kids fucking with him. Small kid, man. It's not like daddy yet, man. He's fucking tiny guy. Right? So he did it the diplomatic way. Spoke with the teachers. Nothing happened. Spoke with the parents. Nothing happened. What do you think I told my son? I showed him some shit. I said, Pop, you go to school, the next motherfucker to put his hands on you or take your fucking crayon or pencil, whatever, you keep punching that motherfucker until the teacher pulls you off of him. Do you understand? He understood. My son fights all the time. Do I stop him? No. Why? Because the school system fucking sucks balls. They won't fucking stop anything. What are they there for? To referee during the day? I don't know. Right? So, they tried to say, they try to make it look like he's a problem kid now. So we went through that shit the whole fucking 5th grade, right? 6th grade comes, not this year, but the last school year. And all of September, around the same time, we get called down and he had 5 fights already. To that, you know how they do. They try to say, oh, he's fighting a lot, and there's a different way that we could resolve. I say, last year we were up here all the time. We know each other very well, right? Right. He was telling you last year, or so and so did this, so and so did that. But my kid, he's like one of the smallest kids. He was a preemie, he was the smallest kid in the fucking class, in the school. So, kids, that's what they do. They pick on little kids. Now I see why short niggas are so fucking tough. So, over the summer, I sent them to Muay Thai. And I told him, listen, man, don't take no shit off of nobody, B. Because you let one kid take your pencil or one kid do this, it don't stop there. There's fucking 20 other kids in the class that saw this nigga do what he did to you. These motherfuckers are acting just like my fucking 9-year-old kid was acting. Bro, you went to their fucking clergy, you went to the police commissioner, and these niggas are still doing that shit to you. What do you think you should do? No, not pray. Pick up a bat and bust him in his fucking head. That's what you should do. You want me to lie to you? You want somebody to lie to you. You want somebody to take your responsibility as an adult off of your shoulders and do your adulting for you, right? That's what you want. Because these niggas is violating y'all.
Extreme and unacceptable in any shape or form. This phenomenon needs to be uprooted.
Earlier incidents include the desecration of a Protestant cemetery on Mount Zion, an attack on international Christians during a day of prayer for Jerusalem, and harassment at a Messianic concert in Jerusalem.
We must respect the members of all religions. We've committed to this since the...
Do you know who's saying this sucker shit? This dude right here. The one that's being bullied, his people being bullied. Bruh, look at these niggas. These niggas could give 10 fucks. Look at the police commissioner. He's like, yeah, whatever. Get the fuck out of here. They don't care.
The dawn of our existence. This is the most basic commandment of love your neighbor as yourself.
Church leaders expressed their desire to work together with Israeli authorities.
Look at this nigga right here. I don't know whose side he's on because I don't know what the fuck this means, right? This guy looks like a monk. I don't fucking know. This guy is apparently a rabbi, right? He's a rabbi. I don't know what this is. I know this is a Jewish guy. This guy, like, bro, all you got to do is say, yo, listen, check this out, my man. The next time one of your fucking homeboys come over here and do some shit on my block, we're going to fuck them up. And I don't want you calling the commissioner. I don't want you calling trying to get my people locked up. I don't want you doing none of that shit. I'm telling you in advance so you could go and tell these motherfuckers. I bet you them fucking scumbags, nothing happened to them either. You got them on camera. I bet you ain't nothing happened to the nigga.
We need to work together in order to encourage coexistence and solidarity between us and the love between us.
Look at his face. Look at his face. He don't want to hear that shit. He don't want to hear that shit. This guy is giving him a fucking cookie cutter, copy carbon, fucking diplomatic answer, right? Political answer. He's like, bro, he knows that them niggas going to continue to get spat on, right? This guy's like, yeah, I know they're going to be calling me next week. Talking about they kicked over some fucking crosses and spat on nuns. Right?
Because we are brothers in the same state. We live in the same places. And we need to live together in quiet and peace.
Recently, Israeli Channel 13 reporter Yossi Eli went undercover as a priest for a day. Dressed in a robe, he walked through the old city with Franciscan Father Alberto. In the first 5 minutes, he was spat at 5 times by Orthodox Jewish Israelis. In Haifa, Israel's police commissioner said the police are working to eradicate incidents and trends that affect the sense of security.
We're here to reassure you of that and to offer any assistance that may be required. As part of the cooperation between all the parties, we're working to bridge the gaps in places of conflict while simultaneously striving to provide the vital sense of security.
David Parsons from the International Christian Embassy Jerusalem says the attacks are coming from a fringe element.
Most Israelis welcome Christians here. They welcome Christian support. But there does seem to be a fringe, a small fringe on the religious right that for whatever motivations are trying to harass and give trouble for Christians here.
He also says it's a learning curve for Israel right now.
Jewish people wouldn't tolerate these sorts of attacks against them. In other countries, they're very vocal about it, and they shouldn't tolerate it here when their own co-religionists carry out similar attacks against Christians.
Parsons told CBN News the scriptures are clear about how Christians should treat the Jewish people.
Scriptures are clear that Genesis 12:3 says we need to bless the Jewish people. Isaiah says comfort them. Paul in Romans 11 says show them mercy. So we have biblical commands to stand with Israel, support them. We're not going to condition that support on whether or not these attacks are stopping, but it does make it harder for us to build support and friendship for Israel out there.
Julie Stahl, CBN News, Jerusalem.
Yo, shit's crazy, bro. Spare the ride, spoil the child, nigga. Listen. Come on, man. Which fucking thing is it? Come on, stop the bullshit. Listen. That is how you continue your whatever the fuck you're going through, bro. You want niggas to keep fucking with you? Do what the hell they talking about. Because that ain't gonna solve shit. You niggas, first they don't respect your religion, right? And they don't respect you. They think y'all niggas is soft. They think you're soft. They probably got. Then again, I don't even know. I can't even say it. I can't even say they got more respect for the Muslims because they violating them over there too, right? They kicking them out their house and all that shit, right? You niggas gotta. You gotta fight, B. You gotta fight. Give them 2 hands, 2 knees, 2 feet. For a reason. Yeah, of course, build shit and wipe your ass, but you know, that's why you got your hands to build shit and to wipe your ass, but there's other things you do with your hands, bro. Defend yourself, nigga. Just gonna sit there and let this nigga kick your ass. Spit on you, for all things. They ain't gonna read a quote on what they said you're supposed to do with you gotta be fucking kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. That's why they act fucking privileged, bro.
Commissioner Yaakov Shabtai.
Yeah. All right, so it seems like these guys. It seems like there's an attack on Christians, bro.
And the social nature of church, but we need to understand the spiritual nature of church. As men, as fathers, as husbands, as women and wives and mothers, as couples, as young people and not so young people. Every life stage comes complete with its challenges, and we have to help one another. If you have gray hair, you need the help of the younger people. And those of you that are younger, you need the help of the people with some gray hair. We need the humility to say we will stand together. We're going to hang separately. If the current trend continues, we're not far from them coming for us. They're hunting Christian children in Nashville, and they won't release the documents around it. This isn't something that's going to happen. It has happened. And we still want to sing our choruses and pretend like we don't notice. It's like complaining about the hors d'oeuvres on the deck of the Titanic. We may understand the social nature.
My man said complaining about the hors d'oeuvres on the deck of the Titanic. Listen. I'm a firm believer in boot to ass. People don't listen. I worked in jail for like 13 years, right? Rikers Island. And you know what a motherfucker told me one time? He said, y'all, only thing y'all respect is violence. That's what he said. Right? He said, that's the only thing y'all respect is violence, man. You know, we talk nice. We go along with what y'all saying. We let y'all 48 us into doing shit we don't want to do. And we get fucked. And I gotta be real. At all times, I gotta be real and say, you know what? You right. You fucking right. So that's the only thing motherfuckers respect for real. It's violence. A motherfucker could be acting crazy. Oh, I'm crazy, nigga, and I'm gonna do something to you, right? You hit that nigga in his head with a brick. Boop. The motherfucker like put his hands out. Now we sane. Motherfucker only respect violence, man. You can't. I don't see how you could be Christian and not whip motherfuckers' ass. Because they're the ones who get played with the most. They get played with the most. Niggas play with Christians all day. They play with their religion all day. They mock God all day. Don't not happen to them. So why would anybody else respect it? So now they're getting chased out of fucking Nashville. Right? What else is this shit going on here, huh? Let's see what else is going on at. While Mayweather and everybody donating to the fucking Jews. Let's see what else Christians is getting fucked up.
2011, they detonated a car bomb at this building behind me. That's the UN embassy.
Who detonates shit? Who blows shit up all the time?
Here in Abuja. They've continued to kill people across the country of Nigeria, thousands in fact, to the point where in 2015, they were dubbed the most dangerous terror group on the planet. Much of that terror directed at Christians. Enoch Yohana was one of Aisha's neighbors.
They started with burning of the churches, killing the pastors, and killing the members, closing them down. On 29 September 2014 was the day that they attacked my village. Around 10, I have a call that they have killed my dad. They asked him to deny Christ, in which he refused. They have cut his right hands. Then he refused. They have cut to the elbow again, in which he refused before they shot him thrice at the head, forehead, the neck, and chest.
Many of the 1,500 Christians living in this camp have similar stories, like Hanatu, who had to flee on foot across the border into Cameroon, carrying her 3-year-old daughter on her back.
We escaped from Boko Haram. I work for 2 months before I reached Nigeria.
Once she arrived, she realized the camp had no school for the children.
Yo, we ain't gonna just blow over that like we ain't here. Shorty said she walked for 2 months. Yo. Women over here talking about they the most unprotected black women over here. Oh, they got the hardest and this and that. Nobody protecting them. You motherfuckers get welfare. Y'all got 911 on your side. Y'all got judges on your side. Y'all got fucking divorce court on your side. Child support court on your side. Section 8 on your side. Fucking crash dummy baby daddies and police on your side. This bitch had to walk for 2 months. Cause they was trying to kill her. She don't got no iPhone. She don't got motherfucking Goldman and Sachs donating fucking $1 billion and shit. Y'all niggas need to start acting grateful around this motherfucker.
So she decided to do something about it.
The thing has touched my mind that these children, they are living like that without going to school. We sit down, we discuss and say, how are we going to do with this life of these children? Are we going to leave them like this? This Boko Haram is because of illiteracy that they start killing everybody. So if we didn't teach these children, they will affect us directly or indirectly. Now, I thank God, the children now, we have seen a great change.
Hanatu and other volunteers go beyond reading and arithmetic, also teaching the children about their heritage, since many of these little ones have never seen their true homes.
We always cry, there is a song that our children always sing, oh my home, because there is no place like home.
It's been raining all night long, and you know the polyethylene on the
shit
tops of these shacks here gets leaky very quickly.
One of the hardest things about living here is the leaky roofs during the rainy season because the water is constantly leaking onto our beds. We depend on people to provide food for us, and when they are unable to do so, we go hungry.
The Nigerian military has mounted large offensives against Boko Haram in recent months. And even with heavy losses on both sides, there seems to be no end in sight. Despite the hardships, these...
Bro, that's why I can't fuck with Africa, man. I got quite a few friends from Africa and they tell me how beautiful it is and all this shit, but I can't fuck with them, bro. I can't go. I can't go, bro. These motherfuckers is like in the bushes waiting, and then they run down with a bunch of niggas and guns, bro. They run down with a bunch of niggas and guns to just shoot you for no reason. That's worse than any hood in motherfucking in the United States, man. The worst hoods don't even look like this. You realize that? The worst hoods do not look like this. Chicago almost looked like Chicago a different breed, man. They almost look like this. They got some shit that look like that, but Baltimore too, but they don't got pots in the fucking street cooking, bro.
Displaced Christians are firm believers in the power of prayer.
My faith has helped my prayer life, and I believe the prayers of the saints around the world have helped us make it through these tough times. My hope is that God will bring all those displaced back to their homes so we can worship God together and live in peace.
In Nigeria's capital city, I'm Chuck Holton for CBN News.
Shit crazy, Mom G. Shit is crazy, boy. So, they don't like Christians in Africa. They don't like Christians in Jerusalem. See what else? They don't like Christians in Nashville, Tennessee.
The church in need are trying to solve.
It's actually a fact that Christians suffer persecution from harassment to murder in more countries than any other faith group. So it's basically our job and our mission to help those persecuted people.
What do you think people need to know about Christian persecution?
Making people aware, really, of this persecuted and forgotten people who we go on about our day-to-day lives and don't think for a minute about how oppressed Christians are just for their faith in countries that we actually might be amazed at.
Could you maybe give me some examples of where this persecution is actually taking place in the countries?
China, Pakistan, Libya, Egypt, Cuba, Syria, we all know about. Mexico, where priests are often kidnapped, never to be seen again. Nigeria, where Boko Haram is running amok. We also help in places like Ukraine. We've also rebuilt some of the churches in Russia, kind of a sign of Christ rising from the ashes of persecution, because the churches were closed for over 50 years. So all these places, there are many places. North Korea, where, you know, if you get caught with the Bible, you will be put in a cage where you can't stand up and you can't sit down. All these countries and all these people in those countries need to be remembered and not forgotten about.
Would you say that people don't really know about this conflict? Would you say that it would possibly be underrepresented in the media?
Absolutely, and obviously we're never seen on mainstream media, and that's why it's so important to get our story out. But we need the government to get on board. We need the government to understand what's going on in their country and to understand the rights of not just women, but the tender age of 14-year-olds who are being abducted, that these are children. And therefore, if we had more help from their own governments and they made the laws different and not sided with one other particular religion, then maybe we could get somewhere.
Why are they actually being persecuted in the first place?
Because they are in the minority. If you're living in somewhere like Pakistan, where Christianity is not to the fore, you're going to have problems.
What actually is Red Wednesday for people that don't know?
Red Wednesday is to bring to the fore the suffering of Christians, as I said before, from harassment to murder, because Christians are persecuted in more countries than any other faith group. So we say Red Wednesday because red is a representation of the blood of the martyrs who have shed their blood for their faith. So what we would do is we light up buildings red. We have services where we'll put red candles everywhere. We've lit up the Trevi Fountain before today, Houses of Parliament, Blackpool Tower, all these different places that will show, and people will ask, well, why is that lit up red? And it's to represent the blood of the martyrs. So it's to basically bring the plight of the suffering and the forgotten and the persecuted to the fore, so we can fundraise for them, so we can support them, and also, more than anything, so we can pray for them.
With all of this persecution that's happening, how does it personally make you feel?
Me personally, some of the stories that we hear about are absolutely heartbreaking, and it does make us somewhat despondent, but there's always hope. There's always hope. And there's that great story of when our ex-CEO went to Syria and he was seen a lady sitting by the wayside, and her church was in rubble, and she had a little kid next to her, I think it was a grandchild, and basically she'd lost her husband and had her daughter and his son-in-law. And Neville said to her, you know, what hope do you have since all this has befallen you? And she had the rosary beads in her hand, and she looked at him and she said, hope? Of course we have hope. We are Christian.
some inspiring words about hope at the end of that. If you are in the position to donate, you can donate at acnuk.org. Elliot Hartley, Red Wednesday 2022.
Now what I care about is finding out like what's true, because I'm like, this stuff is real. Like they're telling me true things. Like, what if this is what I'm called to do myself? Because they're telling me things like, hey, and you're called to be a warlock, and this is your ancestors, and your great grandmother was a witch, and they tell you all these things just to get you to believe this, because the devil wants to use you. And I decided, hey, I'm gonna go to the beach and I'm gonna call upon whoever the higher power is. And I didn't know the Bible, I didn't know anything. I went out there profusely crying, just screaming, who are you? What's the purpose of life? Who are you? What's the purpose of all this? I need to know. And I'm screaming, and I heard a voice say, I'm gonna show you now. I got literally knocked down to the ground. Like it was too strong. Like I couldn't, like I got curled up in a ball, and I was manifesting demons. I was crying profusely, coughing up. I felt like things were coming out of me. It was my spirit and my soul. I just knew it's Jesus.
Well, Richard, it's an honor to have you on the channel today. For the people who maybe don't know you, who've never seen you, could you just introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about who you are?
Amen. Again, thank you for having me on the channel, Eric. I just want to honor De La Fe. It's an honor to be on here and be able to bless the body of Christ and those that are unbelievers too. So my name is Richard Lorenzo Jr. I'm a pastor out here in Central Florida at the Remnant Revival Outreach Center. I have a beautiful wife, 3 kids. I'm a leader of a ministry. And yeah, I'm Puerto Rican descent. I come from a city down south, Broward County, Florida, near Fort Lauderdale. And yeah.
Richard, can you tell us about your life before Jesus, starting with...
All right, hold on. Before we get into that, we got to see and we got to realize that there's more on this planet than Jews and Muslims. Right?
India's northeastern state of Manipur is making headlines.
Manipur means land of jewels.
Outside the capital, armed guards protect a Kuki village. They're volunteers who are on the lookout for Meitei attackers.
But the state, affectionately known as the Switzerland of India for its natural beauty and remoteness, looks more like a war zone today.
Some argue the Northeast Indian state is in a state of civil war, with news of burnings and beheadings.
Religious and ethnic clashes
Who known for cutting niggas' heads off? I'm doing this because I'm showing you that I have enough. I have enough. I have the ability to say what's wrong and what's right and take my personal feelings out of it. What the Jews are doing to those Muslims over there was wrong. I feel what the Muslims did in retaliation to the Jews was right. Why? Wait. Why was it right? What was the example I gave you about my son? He asked for help multiple occasions, and he was still being bullied. Right? So I sent him somewhere to learn how to defend himself. And when he went back to school, he was just fighting. Like now he just fights at the drop of a dime. If somebody's trying to play him, he's going to fight. It's hard. It's kind of like between a rock and a hard place because, you know, he has to know how to fight because he's a black man, right? But then it's like he's a black man fighting. So it's kind of like, you know, you kind of get punished, you know, either way. First thing they see is a black man fighting. Oh, here these niggas go. Then it's like you gotta fight because you not even as much as a black man. As a male, as a man, being a man, period, you got to know how to fight, bro. Like, so these dudes, you ask for help, the motherfucker's still doing whatever the fuck you want to do. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Either you live or you die, bro. Fucking hate living around niggas, man. I swear to God. Yeah, I hate living around y'all niggas. So yeah, what are you gonna do? You gotta defend yourself. And that's what they did. The only way they know how. They sent fucking 2,500 missiles over that bitch.
Between the Hindu majority Métis community and the tribal Christian Kuki minority over land and influence in the state has left at least 180 people dead and over 500 injured.
300 churches have been destroyed. And just imagine that if 1, 2, 5, 10 were destroyed, but we're talking about 300 churches destroyed.
The European Parliament accuses India's Hindu-led BJP government and its Prime Minister Narendra Modi of fueling the violence by pursuing, quote, politically motivated, divisive policies promoting Hindu majoritarianism. Modi, whose party controls Manipur's state government, faced a no-confidence motion in Parliament last week for his silence on the escalating violence.
The underlying issue here is that the central government, the BJP party led by Prime Minister Modi, has not reacted. He's been forced to make one comment, but even that was setting a context for why the violence was happening that ignored the violence against Christians.
In Manipur's capital city, Hindu women creating roadblocks like this one to check cars for Christians. In May, a Hindu mob paraded naked 2 Christian women. One had been reportedly gang raped. Several videos on social media showed mobs also burning down churches.
The perpetrators themselves are
Hindus? What the fuck? I thought those were some peaceful niggas. What?
Posting videos of mob attacks on churches. They're showing the churches being burned down. They literally show the police stepping aside to allow the mob to attack these Christian churches.
As a result, Christians have lost complete trust in the Manipur police. This video showing dozens of Christian women kneeling, crying, and begging Indian soldiers to stay in their village, fearful of more Hindu attacks. Fighting erupted in early May when the state government extended land, jobs, and other benefits typically reserved for the minority Christians to the Hindus. The decision led to some of the worst fighting between the 2 biggest tribes in the state. Human rights and religious freedom experts accuse Modi's...
I ain't even mad at him. That's what I'm talking about, man. The niggas trying to play y'all. This was last month, B. I ain't even mad at y'all. That's just they giving them the food or whatever y'all's resources you supposed to get. They giving it to the other side. Nah, fuck that.
Government of pushing a radical ideology that believes India is for Hindus only, despite its pluralistic and diverse society.
This political movement is essentially saying India is your homeland, but it must also be your holy land. And it's putting a religious umbrella over everything that happens. And it's allowing them to force other minority faiths out.
The violence in Manipur has displaced more than 60,000 people internally. And it's not just in Manipur. The New Delhi-based United Christian Forum says there have been more than 400 incidents against Christians in 22 other Indian states in the first 6 months of this year. India, with 1.4 billion people...
Yo, I ain't even going front. I didn't know that there were Indian Christians, but I thought they were all whatever their religion is. Like, I knew they weren't Muslim, but I thought they were just all one religion. I ain't even gonna lie. I didn't know they had Indian Christians.
Is the world's largest democracy. However, Modi's critics argue democracy has been in retreat since he took power in 2014. The State Department called out India in May for its deteriorating religious freedom and its treatment of Christians and Muslims in particular.
Government actions, including the passage and enforcement of discriminatory policies such as hijab bans, anti-conversion laws, and anti-cow slaughter laws, have created a culture of impunity for threats and violence by vigilante groups, especially against Muslims and Christians.
Meanwhile, lawmakers on the House Foreign Affairs Subcommittee urging the State Department to designate India, among others, as a country of particular concern, which would make New Delhi subject to U.S. sanctions for violating the International Religious Freedom Act.
No diplomacy ought to get in the way of calling it for what it is. If a country is engaging in serious religious persecution, they need to be designated CPC.
I chose St. George's University School of Medicine because at the time that I wanted to go into medicine, they were the only university that was willing to give me that chance. And I wanted somewhere that I felt believed in me. And from the beginning, even when I was accepted into the school, it was very clear to me that St. George's wanted me to be there and that they believed that I.
Several pro-Palestinian rallies taking place at colleges across the city today. This is a live look at a demonstration at Columbia University right now. A separate group of Israel supporters also showed up.
All right, this ahead of a number of pro-Palestinian.
Oh, here you niggas go. Here you niggas go. Get on a fucking plane and go over there and do that shit, bro. You niggas want to fight and protest so fucking bad. Get on a plane and go over to Israel. I'm sure they could appreciate your fucking help.
Rallies expected to take place tomorrow. The NYPD even ramping up security as a precaution.
Fox 5's Ashley Rodriguez joins us live from Times Square. And Ashley, what do we know about these expected demonstrations?
So there was 5 smaller demonstrations today. Now tomorrow is expected a larger demonstration right here in Times Square. You can even see the barricades behind me. NYPD very ready. They're stacked all around the area. They just released a tweet moments ago that said they are not expecting anything. There is no credible threat, but that doesn't mean that they don't have to be prepared for the worst. Around 50 Brooklyn College students used their lunch break Thursday to wave Palestinian flags and chant as 100 or so police officers barricaded them in and separated them from the handful of pro-Israel protesters. Across the city, a larger rally rang out at Hunter College. Invitations to 4 pro-Palestinian rallies on Thursday spread quickly on social media.
But I'm going to tell you like this, though. Right? The Jews don't like Christians. Muslims don't like Christians. So Christians, y'all need to mind your fucking business. Because don't nobody give a fuck about what's going on with you. As I'm showing.
Although it's not clear what the young, college-age participants are hoping to achieve. Even with just a small gathering at CUNY campuses, tensions ran high. And the NYPD is positioning itself to be ready for what could be a much larger, much tenser demonstration Friday in Times Square, organized by a former leader of the international terrorist organization, Hamas, which is claiming responsibility for the assault on Israel.
The NYPD intelligence capability knows how to sort out the BS in social media versus something for which there should be a real concern.
I got an
NYPD
easy solution.
says it has critical response and
Easy solution. Anybody, tell these motherfuckers, if you arrested, if we gotta arrest your ass, we're taking you to the fucking airport in cuffs, and we're shipping your ass over to Israel. Every day, we're going to send you over there. We're going to fucking get a 747, Book y'all niggas. We don't care if you ain't 8. We don't care if you don't got no clothes or nothing. And we're gonna take you to the precinct. Fingerprint you, get your name, and say what flight you was on, and send your ass over there, B. Get the fuck out of the street. What the fuck is wrong with people? Are spoiled. These niggas are spoiled, man. Americans are fucking spoiled, B. You niggas got running fucking water, a sewer system, fucking concrete outside roof, building, windows, heat, AC. You got every fucking thing. And you got cell phones, TV, supermarkets. Niggas, you niggas is what are you bitching about? If you that upset about what's going on in fucking Israel, take your ass to Israel.
Counterterrorism commands ready to be deployed.
Tweet, what's this nigga name? Mayweather. He'll fly over there in his private fucking jet.
Is also told all of its officers to report in uniform. And while there is no reason for residents to expect any violence, the top brass wants to make sure they at least feel safe.
These deployments are about two things. They're about deterrence and they're about reassurance.
And we also learned that the mayor, the governor, and NYPD is about
these motherfuckers here. The nerve of these niggas. World Watch List 2023. Right? Look at this. Blow this up for you. You see this? Country, persecution source, region, main religion, right? Africa, Islam, Islamic oppression in Asia, right? Islamic oppression, right? Islamic oppression, Saudi Arabia, the Maldives. What, nigga? What? The Maldives? Holy shit. Mali, Iraq, Algeria, Mauritania, Uzbekistan. All this fucking place, B. Mad Islamic oppression. Look at this shit. Keep going. It's crazy. All right?
What would you dare to do for Jesus? Would you defy dictators? Worship in secret? Sacrifice your safety? Over 360 million Christians around the world face persecution and discrimination every day. And these are the top 10 countries where Christians risk everything for Christ. Number 10, Sudan. Unrest in Sudan has increased following a military coup. Violence and pressure against Christians have worsened. At number 9, Afghanistan. Following the Taliban takeover, those Christians who have not fled the country have been forced deep underground.
Damn.
If discovered, they face death.
What?
Iran is at number 8. Iranian house churches are seen as a threat by the Islamist regime. Church members who are caught are given long prison sentences.
Damn.
Number 7, Pakistan. Pakistan's infamous blasphemy laws are often used to target believers. Christian women and girls are vulnerable to kidnap and forced marriage. Nigeria is at number 6. More Christians are killed in Nigeria than in all the other countries of the world combined.
Damn.
And the violence is getting worse. Number 5, Libya.
Yo, let me ask a question. This is why I advocate. I advocate for violence. I'm a male advocate. I'm a child advocate, and I'm an advocate of violence. Why? Because humans are fucking stupid. What does what I believe in have to do with anything? If there was a rule where we couldn't speak about our religion, right? And you didn't know what the fuck I was or what I believed in, would there be a problem? No. I still treat you kind. It's in everybody's religion to treat the next motherfucker kind, right? Whether you're a Muslim, a Christian, a Jew, or whatever the hell else is out there, it's in everybody's religion to treat a person kind, right? It's in everybody's religion not to kill, right? It's in everybody's religion to have a wife, right? Or a husband, right? So what the fuck is the problem? Now, you want to bring land into it. We could bring land into it. It's a different different factor. But the best way to do that, nigga, is to just divide everything up evenly, nigga, because there's more motherfuckers here. You can't have everything to yourself, bro. You gotta share. You remember being brought up and you got brothers and sisters and you gotta share? That's with everything, bro. You gotta share. So this shit with what's these guys, man? Israel, right? So these guys were here first. Then somebody or something chased them off. You better say somebody or something chased you off. Because this whole thing about, oh, they dispersed. So, nigga, you voluntarily left and now you talking about this your land? Get the fuck out of here. So you better say that you got chased off. So you got chased off, somebody else sat there, and then they had kids there. And then their kids had kids there. So on and so forth. You died wherever the fuck you went. Now, motherfuckers from over there who haven't been born here, they don't even know what this fucking place looked like. They don't even know, you don't even know, you don't know shit about this place. Somebody told you that you supposed to be there. You said that's your shit. How the fuck you know that's your shit, nigga? Was your grandfather there? Was your daddy there? Okay, but guess what, nigga? You wasn't there. Does your granddaddy have a house over there? Okay, well, since your granddaddy got a house over there, that'll be your house. But you can't come from fucking Germany, Russia, wherever the fuck else, where you was born and raised for the last 25 fucking 30 years, and come over here to where you have you don't even know what the air smell like over this motherfucker. Like, and you gonna kick niggas out of their house? You think that's okay? No, it's not, nigga. They're gonna fight for it. So now You're saying if we don't live here and kick you niggas the fuck out, God's not gonna keep his promise to us. So God gonna keep his promise to you even with you killing babies and shit and old women and handicapped motherfuckers? You going to the courts and tricking people out of their land, kicking people out of their fucking land? God's okay with that? Let me show you this shit real quick. That's why I say people are fucking stupid, bro. How you figure that that's okay? First of all, oh man, what's this shit at? All right, here you go. Oh man, that shit is so cool. I'm glad I didn't break this shit. I almost broke the shit out of this shit. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I was tight, nigga. Fucking play with me. All right. No. What happens, bitch? No. What?
Of alcohol, it creates a
Bomba Clad. Natoya texts me.
tincture that can have powerful memory benefits.
Here's how to make it. Take 1 cup of fresh rosemary leaves, or half a cup dried. Chop up the leaves and place them into a sterilized jar.
Became infamous after Mona confronted him and the video went viral.
Yeah.
Jacob, you know this is not your
right
house.
Yes, but if I go, you don't go back. So what's the problem? Why are you yelling at me? I didn't do this.
You are stealing my house.
And if I don't steal it, someone else is gonna steal it.
No one is allowed to steal it, ya ammi.
He's been living in an additional part of Mona's house for over 10 years after being recruited by a US-based company called Nahala Shimon International, which owns the property under Israeli law. How did you end up here?
It's a long story. Basically, I needed to move from where I was, and my friend was very, very active in this neighborhood. And he said, you can stay here for the time being.
Do you pay rent?
I have an arrangement with the owners of the house. I don't want to get into personal arrangements and rents and things, but yes, I'm a tenant here. I have no ownership over this property.
You're from Brooklyn?
No, I'm from New York, from Long Island.
From New York. What right do you have to live here?
The right I have is that the owner of the house wants me to live here, and he wants there to be Jews living in this house, and he wants to. And I got chosen for whatever reason. It ended up being me.
So why do you live here?
Because I live here, because it's important, and because not too many people want to live here, and it's important to strengthen this neighborhood, to make sure that this neighborhood is not lost in any future peace deal. This is not their ancestral lands. They have not been here for generations. They came here in 1956 because they had nowhere else to be, and somebody illegally put them here. Whatever they're accusing me of is no different from what they're doing and what they did.
So your position here is a political position to keep Palestinians out of it?
Not to keep Palestinians out of it, to keep Jews in it.
And therefore
not
keep
out.
the Palestinians who are here out of it?
No, that's not, no. That's a necessary evil.
Nigga sound like a black woman. Nigga, we live with motherfuckers that try to mind fuck you and swindle you. Nigga, you can't swindle motherfuckers. No, I'm not trying to keep Muslims out. We're trying to keep fucking Jews in. It's the same shit, nigga. You stupid. She called them on that shit too. It's the same thing. No. The fuck you mean no? These niggas here.
Whatever situation is, and that's what I was trying to explain in that viral video, they're not coming back here. This part of the house for sure is lost. The second part of the house, unless there's some major miracle, is going to be lost. And they're not coming back into here. So whether I am here, whether I am not here, whether it's me, whether it's someone else, whether it's a monkey, whether it's a giraffe, they're not coming back into this house ever. I understand why they're angry at me. I understand why they dislike me.
This nigga said they're not coming back in this house ever. It's over. You see this shit? How the fuck you doing that, bro? This nigga came from Brooklyn. You talking about Long Island. That nigga ain't come from Long Island. That nigga came from Brooklyn. This nigga came from Brooklyn, fucking Israel. Talk about, yeah, they ain't gonna never get this shit back. It's over.
But I did not do this to them. I'm not doing this to them. And
You
as
are,
I
you
said,
dumb fuck. You sitting your fat ass in there. Look at him. He probably filming too. You see, he got this camera facing that way. Come on, man. You ain't slick, nigga. I didn't do this to him. Nigga, yes, you are. Yes, you're here. You're representing them. Motherfucker, if I get angry enough and want to cut somebody's throat, nigga, it's gonna be yours. Because you representing them.
if I leave, I'll be replaced immediately. And I venture to think that whoever comes here is not going to be as easygoing as I am.
Jacobs and Nahalat Shimon International's unyielding stance is being challenged both inside the neighborhood.
Yo, I'm sorry. Whenever I see niggas get hit with a flashbang, be oh man, I was in the military and shit, so you know that shit is funny. They showed us that shit. I never got to fucking throw one, but I know of them. I got to shoot the fucking 203 grenade launcher. I shot the M60. I shot the AK-47, AK-74. I didn't get to shoot the fucking 50 cal. It was time to go by then and shit, but that shit was cool.
And in court, where lawyers representing the families argue it's illegal under international law.
Yo, we did night firing, right? So that shit difficult as fuck. I'm gonna tell you, I see why like these Taliban niggas and shit, why they don't wear shit on their head, bro. You know how difficult it is to wear a fucking helmet and a mask and aim, bro. You got all this shit on. All these niggas got on this fucking cotton shit. Niggas out there with mad shit on, mad gear on. They just got a head wrap on, B. I see why. That's not even what I want to
displace
show you.
anyone
I'm
from
about to pull
occupied
it up.
land.
Look how they do.
They're also arguing that there's a double standard. Israel allows Jews to return to their homeland, but not Palestinians.
Oh. Yo, you gotta hear this.
Land.
You gotta hear this.
They're also Jacobs and Nahalat Shimon International's unyielding stance is being challenged both inside the neighborhood and in court, where lawyers representing the families argue it's illegal under international law to displace anyone from occupied land. They're also arguing that there's a double standard. Israel allows Jews to return to their homeland, but not Palestinians.
So they're arguing a double fucking standard. So you're displacing people from their land, right? So you kicking me out of my house. You saying I can't stay here, right? And you're displacing me. So now the nigga's fucking homeless. He has nowhere to go. But you letting motherfuckers who weren't even born here come over here and live in the same house you just kicked me out of. How the fuck? See, you see the fuck shit? That's why niggas threw 2,000 missiles at you, bro. That's why they threw missiles at you. Y'all over there dragging them motherfuckers. Dragging them. Y'all are dragging them over there in fucking wherever this is. Where the fuck is this shit? Gaza. Israel. Y'all are dragging them motherfuckers over there, bro. Y'all spitting on them people. Doing all kind of shit to them people. Spitting on their fucking priests and nuns and kids. Right? Let me show you the shit that I wanted to show you. So you could really feel right here. Oh shit. Damn, you can't see it. Hold on. All right. Look at this shit here. Look at this shit here. Listen to this shit. The fuck you doing? Come on, man. Stop.
Request for comment. Across the street from Munna's home is a house that belonged to a family, pushed out in the last round of evictions. We found Abu Ayman al-Ghawi alone, sitting outside his old house. So you used to live in this house across the road. What happened?
رمونا بين ساعة والتانية للشارع كسروا الابواب ضربونا احنا
All right. They kicked us out in less than an hour. They destroyed the doors and beat us, our children, and women. Okay? So they kicked this nigga out his house, beat him, his kids, and his wife up. And he's sitting across the street under a fucking tree, looking at these niggas in his house. Let that sink in real quick. Look at this lady face. Look at her face, bro. She like, yo, if I could climb that fucking wall, look at her face. Look at her face. The bitches is tight. They tight, bro.
أولادنا ونسواننا حملونا بالقوة
They
ورمونا
forcefully
برا.
threw us out.
Were you given any help, any money, a place to stay? What sort of support did you get?
يعني هم ما قدموا أي مساعدة لا بيت لا إيجار يعني تصوري إحنا قعدنا هون تحت هذه الشجرة مقابل بيتنا 7 أشهر.
So what happened to all your belongings that were in the house?
أخذوا كل العفش ورموه إحنا بنعرفش وين راح العفش. بقول لك ما طلعنا إلا بالأواعي اللي علينا بالملابس اللي علينا بس. كنت أنا لابس أواعي النوم.
They left with only the clothes they had on their back. I'm gonna do a stream on this joint right here, specifically by itself. They left with the clothes they had on their back. Right? They beat him and his wife, kicked them out, threw their furniture out on the fucking street, and they didn't have anything. They ain't had no toilet paper, no soap, no toothbrush, toothpaste, nothing. Right? That's why they sending 2,500 missiles at you, bro. That's why. That's why. That's why, bro. Y'all niggas violated them.
مرتي طلعت بدون بابوج بدون شحاطة.
How long exactly have you lived in this house?
في سنة 1962 أنا انولدت هون. القدس
He was born there in 1962, B. He was born there in 1962. This was in 2021. So 72, 82, 92, 2002. He was born there 50 years ago. He's been living there 50 years. How would you feel living where you live at? You've been there 50 years. And niggas come and throw you out by your neck. And you gotta literally sleep under the tree and look at your crib. Niggas is in your crib. That's like if they bought fucking segregation back. And they're like, yo, in 1940, this was a fucking white neighborhood. So all you niggas gotta go. And they went in. Fuck the courts. They went in. NYPD came and drug y'all niggas out by your fucking neck and just kicked you out. And then you saw a white family moving in. How would you feel? To the white people, how would you feel if 10 million Indians fucking came over and said, yo, this was our land too. Y'all white motherfuckers gotta go. and whatever fucking state police came in and kicked y'all niggas out forcefully, beat y'all up, and then the Indians moved in your fucking houses. That's crazy, right? Yeah, that's crazy. Make you want to shoot shit up, right?
دي حقنا احنا مش حق المستوطن. المستوطن اللي اجى من امريكا.
The settlers came from America, Russia, and Germany. They weren't even born there. They don't know the nigga on the corner. They don't know the bodega man name or nothing. They don't know where the weed spot at. They don't know nothing. They just over there and got you kicked out. Imagine that. Imagine that, B.
ولا من روسيا ولا من ألمانيا هو مش أحق مني إنه
They don't have more of a right to live here than me. He's right. He been there 50 years. Niggas been there 5 days. How they got the right to kick him out of his house, man? Who authorized that?
يعيش هوني. أنا انولدت هون دمي.
I was born here and my blood and tears are in this house.
دموعي في هذا البيت.
Arya King, a right-wing activist.
This nigga right here. This nigga right here. This nigga right here says some of the dumbest shit in the world, B. I just got to look at his name. Arya King. Where my phone at? Yeah, I gotta look this nigga up. Got him.
Who was appointed one of East Jerusalem's deputy mayors last year, says the right belongs to the Jewish people.
When we are Jews in the States, in Australia, in England, in Jerusalem, we are facing to one place. Haram el-Sharif, Temple Mount.
That's religion.
Of course.
Talking about a religion when you're talking about people and the land and where they live, is it irrelevant?
Absolutely.
So you can't really justify ownership over religion when there are so many different types of Arabs.
Of course not, but I'm just explaining that the way that we see Yerushalayim, it's different.
Here come the bullshit. When you see a nigga start doing this, he about to tell you he about to give you a bullshit explanation. Watch his body language.
I'm just explaining that the way that we see Yerushalayim, it's different.
And where they
That's
live,
bullshit.
Is it irrelevant?
Absolutely.
So you can't really justify
ownership
it
other than fucking
over religion when there are so many different types of Arabs.
Of course not, but I'm just explaining that the way that we see Yerushalayim,
nigga.
It's different way than any other religion. As a Jew, you can live everywhere in the world. You can be the most Orthodox Jew. If you don't live in Yerushalayim, you cannot keep the entire commitment of God.
Boom. That's what I was saying. You could be anywhere in the fucking world. If you don't live in Jerusalem, you cannot keep the commitment of God. And to keep the commitment of God, they're going to go over there and kill, murder, swindle niggas to get it. So God's going to honor you killing, murdering, and swindling. So if he's going to honor you killing, murdering, and swindling, then he should honor these motherfuckers for sending 2,500 missiles at you, right? I'm just asking. Am I wrong? Is it a stupid question? I don't think it's a stupid question. Yeah. What's this? Yeah. Yo, look at this. There they go. They coming out. I just heard somebody spit. There you go. There you go. There you go. These dudes are Chinese though. Why is nobody speaking out about this? They are disgusting and beyond rude. Can you imagine what the Palestinian people have to go through? Exactly. Let's check out the replies. You know I'm gonna put some. I'm gonna put some wild shit down there, right? I'm gonna put some wild shit down there. It's only right. What they say. Exacto. Yes, we can. The majority of the world is like this. People are not inherently good. Excuse me. And only those spending most of their time in front of a monitor seem to be so shocked when they see real world. Damn. What happened? I don't like people fuck. They are only receiving the full dose of what they asked for, but at the same time, I pray for peace in the land. Christians love it. They must. They do nothing about it. One day they will proclaim Lord Jesus Christ as King of Kings and Lord of Lords. Good job, American evangelists. This is what you're funding. Poor kids, so young yet so intolerant. Their parents most likely are the worst kind of scum. the whole Christian world needs to see this. Yeah. All right, y'all. I'm about to jump off this stream. I'm about to make another one specifically for this. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Holla at y'all later.